On the 3rd of July, 2025, the football world was plunged into grief as news of the death of Liverpool and Portugal striker Diogo Jota broke across the headlines. The horrific car crash on the A52 motorway near Cernadilla, in the northwestern Spanish province of Zamora, claimed the lives of Jota and his younger brother, Andrés Silva, leaving an unfillable void in the hearts of their family, friends, and millions of fans. The Lamborghini Huracan, a symbol of speed and power, became a mausoleum for the two brothers in that fateful moment. Police concluded that the accident was caused by Jota driving far above the speed limit, which led to a flat tire and loss of control. But a witness at the scene insisted that the car was not speeding, raising questions about the real cause. Jota's new wife, Ruth Cardoso, has spoken out about his final pain, sharing heartbreaking details about his life, career, loves, and the final moments of the man she loved most. Jota's story is a sad song, echoing forever in the hearts of those who loved him. The greatest sadness in Diogo Jota's life was not only the failures on the pitch, but also the feeling of helplessness at not being able to spend more time with his family. Born on December 4, 1996 in Porto, Portugal, Jota grew up in a middle-class family in Gondomar, where he and his younger brother André shared the dream of becoming footballers. Afternoons on the local pitch, when the two brothers would kick balls together into a homemade goal, are among Jota's fondest memories. But as his career took him from Wolverhampton to Liverpool, he was often away from home, missing important moments with his 3 children, 2 boys and a girl under 4. Jota once confided to Ruth that the most heartbreaking thing for him was receiving a video from her of his little girl taking her first steps, while he was thousands of miles away playing. The video calls home, watching his children grow up on the screen, brought Jota to tears. He felt he was trading precious family moments to pursue his passion, and the sadness became a deep wound in his heart. He once told Rute that he feared his children would grow up without remembering the moments with their father, and that made him feel like he had failed as a father. Jota also carried the pressures of his career. He has said that he fears the feeling of not living up to the expectations of fans and teammates. When he was at Wolverhampton, the pressure of having to help the team gain promotion caused him many sleepless nights. After moving to Liverpool, the expectations from manager Jurgen Klopp and the fans at Anfield made him even more stressed. Jota felt he had to prove his worth every day, especially when playing alongside stars like Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk. One of the moments that made him cry was after a serious knee injury in 2020, which kept him out of action for nearly 3 months. During that time, Jota felt helpless watching Liverpool struggle in the Premier League without being able to contribute. He once sat quietly in the dressing room after a match, crying because he felt he had let his teammates down. Those pressures, though not publicly acknowledged, became part of the greatest sadness in his life, as he fought to keep his spirits up in a harsh football world. Diogo Jota's career has been an inspiring one, but it has also been fraught with challenges and setbacks. He started out at Paços de Ferreira, a modest club in the Portuguese league, where he struggled to make it into the first team. Despite scoring some impressive goals, Jota often faced doubts from coaches who felt he was too young and inexperienced. In 2016, when he moved to Atletico Madrid, Jota suffered his first major setback. He couldn't compete with the big stars at the Spanish club and was sent on loan to Porto. The setback left Jota disheartened, and he told Rute that he feared he would never achieve his dream of playing in the top flight. But Jota didn't give up. He spent hours on the training pitch, improving his technique and fitness, determined to prove he was worthy of playing on bigger stages. Those efforts paid off when he joined Wolverhampton Wanderers in 2017. Here, Jota became a key factor, scoring 44 goals in 131 matches, helping Wolves gain promotion to the Premier League and stay in this tough tournament. Fans loved him, calling him Jota the Slaughter, in praise of his sharp goal-scoring ability. Moving to Liverpool in 2020 was the biggest turning point in Jota's career. With a transfer fee of £45 million, he faced the pressure to prove that he was worth the money. Under the guidance of Jurgen Klopp, Jota quickly integrated into Liverpool's gegenpressing style of play, becoming an indispensable spearhead in the attack. In the 2024 to 2025 season, he scored 6 goals and assisted 4 times in 26 Premier League matches, contributing to Liverpool's 20th championship, equaling the historical record of English football. On the international stage, Jota is a mainstay for Portugal, making 49 appearances and scoring 14 goals, helping them to 2 UEFA Nations League titles in 2019 and 2025. His goals, from the decisive header in the Merseyside derby against Everton to his goals in European competition, have made him a household name. However, Jota's career has not always been smooth sailing. In addition to his injury in 2020, he has also faced periods of ups and downs, when pressure from the media has caused him stress. There were nights, after a poor game, when Jota would sit quietly in his living room, head in his hands, and cry, wondering if he had the strength to continue. Those moments, though painful, have shaped him into a true warrior, always getting back up after every fall. Jota's achievements do not stop at titles on the pitch. He dreams of becoming a player who can inspire the younger generation, especially those growing up in small towns like Gondomar. Jota regularly participates in charity work, supporting disadvantaged children in Porto and donating to education funds. At an event after the 2025 UEFA Nations League final, he spent hours chatting with a disabled fan who was unable to hold back tears. Jota once told Ruta that he wanted to be remembered not only as a player, but also as a person who shared. He also strives to be an exemplary father and husband. Despite his busy playing schedule, Jota always tries to make time for his children, taking them to Anfield to play on the grass after matches. Those moments, though simple, are the achievements Jota cherishes the most, because they bring joy to the people he loves. He also strives to be a symbol of perseverance, proving that a boy from Porto can conquer the heights of world football. Jota once told his teammates that he wanted to leave a legacy, not just of goals, but also of values of dedication and kindness for future generations to follow. Jota's love and marriage with Ruth Cardoso is a beautiful story, but also a sad one. They met when they were very young, in a small cafe in Porto, where Ruth worked part-time to earn money for university. Jota, then a young player for Paços de Ferreira, was attracted to Ruth's gentle smile and strong character. They quickly became friends, then fell in love through conversations about dreams and life. When Jota moved to Wolverhampton, Ruth decided to follow him to England, leaving behind his job and family in Porto. It was a difficult decision, and they faced challenges living far from home, from adapting to a new culture to financial pressures in the early years. However, their love only grew deeper, strengthened by trust and sharing. On June 22, 2025, Jota and Ruth held their wedding ceremony in Porto, an event filled with joy and light. In a smart black suit, Jota held Ruth's hand, his eyes filled with love as they exchanged vows. The wedding photos, with Jota and Ruth their marriage, while happy, had its share of sorrows. Jota was often away from home due to his playing schedule, leaving Ruth to care for the children alone. There were nights when Jota video-called from a hotel in Europe, and Ruth couldn't hide her sadness at seeing him exhausted after a match. Jota also felt guilty about not being able to be with Ruth and the children as often as he could. He once told her that his greatest sorrow was not being able to share important family moments, like his daughter's first birthday. Those separations, though part of the life of a footballer, left small scars on both of their hearts. Jota once burst into tears when he told Ruta that he feared she had suffered too much because of him, and he promised to spend his life making up for it. That promise now has become an inconsolable pain, as Jota is gone forever, leaving Ruth with 3 young children and a difficult future. Ruth has said that the greatest sadness in their marriage was not the separation, but the feeling that Jota always blamed himself for not being able to do more for his family despite his best efforts. The children were Jota's greatest joy, but also the source of deep sadness in his life. He and Ruta had 3 children, 2 boys and a girl, who were the center of their world. Jota loved them more than anything, and he always tried to make time for them, despite his busy playing schedule. The afternoons at Anfield, when Jota took the children out to play on the grass, were the moments he cherished most. He often told Ruta about his dream of seeing them grow up to be the strong and kind people he had always tried to be. However, Jota also felt sad that he could not be with them as much as he wanted. He once burst into tears when he told Ruta that he feared his children would not remember him as a close father, because he was often away from home. When their little girl celebrated her 3rd birthday, Jota was in Germany playing, and he could only send his greetings via video. He later called Ruth, his voice choked up, saying that he felt like a failure for not being.